Hey, what is up you guys, you Pixeled here, and welcome to another speed build video on the channel. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit, nervous or stressed, or I don't know exactly what word to use, but this is a 20-minute voiceover and I have nothing to talk about. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, and that makes me a bit nervous. That makes me a bit nervous because usually I like to have something planned, something to talk about. I don't have anything to talk about. I mean, I might have something to talk about, but it's not 20 minutes worth of, you know, stuff to talk about. I don't know. I absolutely hate doing long voiceovers. I don't know. I don't like doing long voiceovers. That's why a lot of my speed builds are like between 7, 10 minutes long. I feel like when voiceovers are this long, you have to talk about something entertaining, and I don't leave my house anymore. I don't leave my house anymore like I used to. I mostly stay in my room, so I don't have a lot to talk about. So this is kind of stressful, but I guess I could talk about the build. So for today's speed build, we are working on a pretty big family suburban home that I built specifically for myself. I built this because I knew I would be using it in my Growing Together Let's Play, and I really like how this house turned out. Even though I took a lot of ideas that I used in this house from an old house that I built like a year ago. I think like a year ago I built a house that I titled Brown Suburban? Yeah, I think I titled that video Brown Suburban. But I love how that house turned out, so I took a lot of ideas from my old build and put it into this one. Kind of like that little sunroom on the side. I don't know, I took a lot of ideas from that build and used it on this one. Oh, and by the way, this house is 4 bedrooms, but I only furnished 2 of the 4 bedrooms. And the reason I did that is because one of the bedrooms that I furnished are obviously for the parents. It's the main bedroom. And the second bedroom that I furnished is a guest bedroom because I knew that Kyle came with this pack, the Growing Together pack, and I know he's a random sim that sometimes decides to stay over at your house. So I decided to give him a guest bedroom because I knew he would pop up in the Let's Play. So I decided to give him a guest bedroom, and I left the other 2 bedrooms empty because since I built this specifically for my Let's Play, I knew my sim would have kids eventually, and I didn't want to decorate the bedrooms without knowing what kid we would have. So I just left those bedrooms empty. And for the same reason, there isn't a lot of clutter in this house. I love adding clutter to my builds to make them feel lived in. And I didn't add a lot of clutter to this build because obviously since I'm using it for my Let's Play, I knew that my Sims would organically, you know, have family photos and, have little things here and there that they collect throughout their lives. So I didn't want to fill this house up with, clutter and photos because I knew that I would just get rid of those eventually. So I just decided to leave the house a little bit more barren. Even though it is pretty detailed, I decided to leave it a little bit more barren than usual. So, when my Sims move in here and they start their lives, they have a lot of space, to put family portraits or, little trinkets that their kids make them, stuff like that. Stuff like that. So I left this house. It's not completely empty. It's like I said, it is pretty detailed, but I didn't put as much clutter as I would normally put all over the place, just because I knew I would be playing here, and I would end up deleting a lot of it anyways. So yeah, there's not a lot of clutter, and I hope you guys don't mind. But maybe if you guys download this house off the gallery, you could fill it up with your own Sims memories and doodads and crap. I don't know. By the way, my gallery username is in the description below. It's like Pedro 1088 something like that. I did not choose that username. I did not use that username since I play The Sims 4 on console. I guess the gallery just took the username that I had on my PlayStation, my PlayStation username, my gamer tag or whatever, and decided to choose that as my gallery username. I don't know if I could change it. I think when I was on my computer and I logged into the gallery on my computer, I think it gave me the option to change my username, but I was too afraid to mess with any of the settings because I don't understand the gallery that much. So I just left it alone. And I really want to change my username to my YouTube name, but I don't know if changing my username on the gallery would affect anything, especially since it's connected to my PlayStation, and I don't know if that affects it, and it's a mess, and I'm scared to touch it, so I guess I'll just leave it as is, even though I think it's a horrible username. It's my old gamer tag from PlayStation. I created it when I was like 13 or 12, so don't judge me. Don't judge me. I remember creating that username when I first got my PlayStation 4, back when it first released, and I think I was like 13 or 14, and I was just so excited after unwrapping it on Christmas morning that I just created a random username and started playing video games. So don't judge me for that username. But yeah, I don't know if I change my username on the gallery on the website, if that affects anything negatively, so I'll just leave it alone. I'll just leave it alone. I don't want to mess anything up, especially since I know how broken the gallery could sometimes be. I don't want to mess with it. I'm pretty sure if I change my username, I'll be fine. I mean, they give you the option for a reason, right? They can't just provide you an option to change your username and have it completely broken. But then again, I don't know what to expect from the gallery. It's constantly broken. So, yeah. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. Even though I hate the username, I don't want to touch it because I might screw it up. Oh, also, this bathroom, it's broken. This bathroom is broken. It's pretty much unusable. It's pretty much unusable. Well, at what you're watching right now, the bathroom is usable, but I had to change the layout of the bathroom because I realized that you couldn't enter the bedroom that's right next to it. So I had to change the layout a little bit. And I accidentally completely broke the bathroom because I changed the toilet to be right next to the bathtub, and I didn't realize that your sim couldn't use it because I thought they would use the other side of the bathtub. I was wrong. So I had to change it while playing my Let's Play. So yeah, that bathroom is broken. That bathroom is broken. If you download this house, you're gonna have to fix that yourself. You're gonna have to fix that yourself because I did not playtest this build before, uploading it to the gallery. I never playtest my builds. I never playtest my builds, and that's something that I'm gonna have to start doing because I've been noticing little mistakes here and there because I always think the Sims are smarter than they actually are, and I end up with broken builds because of that, and that is annoying. By the way, the reason I never playtest my builds is because I play the console version of The Sims 4. I played The Sims 4 on my PlayStation 5, and, the game kind of chokes up when you switch between live mode and build mode, or build mode and live mode. So the game chokes up a little bit, and it's actually kind of annoying. Sometimes it freezes for like 5 seconds when you switch between game modes, and I don't want to deal with that, especially when I'm recording videos. I don't want to deal with that. So I just choose to stay in build mode if I'm in build mode, or in live mode if I'm in live mode. It's it's annoying. It's very, 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 very annoying. And I don't know if it's the same way on PC. I don't think so because most of the simmers that I watch play on PC, and I've seen them switch between game modes perfectly fine and their game doesn't choke up at all. So I think it's a console issue. If you play the Sims 4 console version, please let me know. It's annoying. Because if you play the Sims 4 console version, you know. You know how the Sims team seemed to have completely broken our version of the game. I don't know what is going on with the Sims team. A couple of weeks ago, with like an update, a base game update, They just completely fucked up the controls on the Sims 4 console version because I guess they wanted to make it more like PC. But I don't know why they wanted to make the console version more like PC. Oop, I just see I'm so mad. I'm knocking things off my desk. I don't get why they wanted to make the console version more like PC. They're two vastly different things. You know, the console version you control it with a controller. PC you control it with a mouse and keyboard. They're two different things. They you hold them differently. They feel different. Let them be different. I don't know why they decided to make it more like PC. And in doing so, they just made it very, very difficult to build. I mean, go on Twitter right now and look up Sims 4 console, and you'll see a bunch of people complaining that they fucked up the Sims 4 console version. Luckily, I'm adjusting, I'm getting used to the new controls, but after playing this game for so many years on the consoles, you shouldn't have to get used to new controls. I don't think I've ever seen another video game company do this. Like, I don't think I've ever heard somebody say, oh, I've been playing, let's say, Grand Theft Auto, and then suddenly, after 7 years of playing the game, they changed the controls on us. Because no other company has done that before, at least I don't think. I don't know. The point is, I'm very annoyed, I'm very pissed off, because why do that? Why do that? It makes it more difficult to play this game that I really, 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 really enjoy. And also, when I'm making content, the last thing I want to do is fight my controller because I can't get it to do what I want it to do. Especially since basic things like the undo button have been broken. I'm not even kidding. I am not even kidding. So, before the update that screwed everything up, if you're placing down items, right, and you place something wrong, you click L2 and that undoes your mistake. Now, when you click L2 and the menu is open, it opens the search bar. It used to not do that. It used to not do that. And now it does it. So sometimes when I'm building and I click undo because of muscle memory, now the search bar pops up when I just really wanted to delete something. Literally, I've been playing the Sims 4 console version since it came out. I literally pre-ordered it for my PlayStation 4. So it's been years where that muscle memory has stayed, you know? You make a mistake, you press L2 and you undo. Now, if you make a mistake, you have to click out of the little menu, you know, where you select items, and then click L2, and then your mistake is erased, and it doesn't show you a search bar. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why they switched it. It just, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm very annoyed. I'm very, very fucking annoyed because, you know, there's a lot of muscle memory there. When you're playing a game for so many years, you just know the buttons. You know, you just know how to play the game. So when they switch random things like that, it just makes it difficult to enjoy the game, play the game. It makes it very fucking annoying. And, you know, if it was just that one issue, if it was just, you know, the Sims team screwing up the undo button and other minor things, it wouldn't be an issue. It wouldn't be an issue, but, you know, they changed so much that when you're a person like me, like I mentioned, I have a lot of muscle memory. I build in this game almost every single day. So when, you know, when you've been building in the Sims 4 console version, since it came out almost every single day, it's very hard to suddenly, you know, the game not work how you're used to it working. You know, another example. So, you know, on the menu, like on the build mode, where you could select an item from each category from like each room. So you would just be able to click on that, and obviously the menu with all the options that you want are there. You used to be able to click left, right, up, or down on your D-pad to select which couch you wanted. Now, you're obligated to use the cursor that's on screen. So you're controlling a cursor on screen with your controller. And that's just difficult. That's just so fucking annoying. Because, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but if you play the Sims 4 console version, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Controlling the cursor on screen, especially in build mode when you're trying to select something that's probably at the bottom of your screen with a cursor, when you're controlling it with your controller, it's not that easy, especially when you're it just I don't know exactly how to explain what I'm feeling. I don't know exactly how to explain what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling frustrated and I wish they'd never touched the controls on the Sims 4 console version because I'm very frustrated and I want the old controls back. But I don't think we're getting that, so I'm a little bit sad. Oh, and before anybody mentions this, yes, I know that you could click. So instead of using your mouse, you use the normal thing. Like you could switch between cursor and non cursor by clicking a button, but that doesn't always work. Because trust me, I've tried. Sometimes I've clicked the button to stop using the cursor, and guess what? I still have to use the cursor. So it's not a guarantee that that would work. So pretty much the game obligates you to use the cursor. So yeah, it sucks. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but being a console simmer, I sometimes feel like we're an afterthought or something like that. I don't know. I feel like we're not the main focus of the Sims team. I feel like we're basically just an afterthought. And yeah, now we get all the updates and all the new packs at the same time. But it didn't always used to be like that. We used to get packs delayed. Like PC would get them first and then we would get them like a week later. It just I always feel like the console version of The Sims 4 is an afterthought. The console version came out, what, like 2 years after the PC version, or like 2 or 3 years? I can't remember. I think the PC version came out in 2014, right? And the console version came out in 2017. So, yeah. I feel like we're always an afterthought, and that really sucks. That really sucks. I don't know. I feel like other companies don't do that. I feel like other companies, the PC version and the console version of their games are pretty much the same. And I mean, I guess it's the same with the Sims 4, but I don't know. I can't help but feel like we're an afterthought. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that because I'm on Twitter. I see a lot of console simmers talk, and a lot of people think the same thing. We just feel like an afterthought. We feel like sometimes our game is broken and it doesn't get resolved because I feel like we're not vocal enough. And I feel like maybe we need to be more vocal. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's because we don't have a big YouTuber or TikToker that is just a console simmer. I feel like most of the big simmers, most of the big YouTubers and TikTokers or whatever, those simmers, I feel like they're mostly PC players. So they're the ones who have the loud voices. Meanwhile, console simmers, I'm fucking up my words. I feel like console simmers don't have that yet. We don't have a big YouTuber who only plays the Sims 4 console version. We don't have that yet. So I feel like sometimes we're just an afterthought. I feel like we need to be more vocal, maybe online or something. I don't know, but I feel like sometimes we're an afterthought. And maybe we're not, but it just feels that way. It feels that way. And I understand that things take time, but if I remember correctly, the Sims 4 console version didn't even have a gallery when it first released, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I don't think we had a gallery for a while. Man, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think we did. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think we had a gallery for quite some time, and we were also getting DLC late, and it was a mess. It was a mess. Now everything's a little bit better, but I still can't. I still have this gut feeling that we're an afterthought. But anyways, here we are at the screenshots. I honestly hope you guys like this build. Like I mentioned, it's not as cluttered as I would want it, and also there's 2 bedrooms that are empty, but that's because I'm using this for an LP, and I just didn't want to fill it up with things that I didn't even know if I was going to use. So I left the other 2 bedrooms empty, And I guess when my Sim starts having babies in that Let's Play, we could fill those bedrooms up, and I'll do room builds and stuff like that. So yeah, that's gonna be very, very, very fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this pretty long voiceover. I don't want to do another long voiceover for a while, if I'm being honest, but it might happen. It might happen because I'm loving San Sequoia. I think this new game world is beautiful and I want to keep building in it. And I am planning on building a community lot, and usually those are pretty big. So, you know, you guys might get big builds back to back to back to back. And I am a little bit sad by that because, you know, long voiceovers are the death of me. But I had a lot of fun with this one. I had a lot of fun with this one. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!